Hey Boat Dragons, welcome back to my channel. Glad you could be here with me. Today we're going to do a book tag, so let's get to it. So I was not tagged in this book tag, but being the huge Neil Gaiman fan that I am, I got to thinking to myself, there's got to be a Neil Gaiman book tag out there, and if there isn't, I'm going to create one. But I searched and I did find the Neil Gaiman book tag. And I guess this was originally created by Leanne from Leanne's Library. So thank you, Leanne, for creating this tag for all of us uber Neil Gaiman fans out there. And if I can find the original video, I will link it in the description below. The link that I found for Leanne's video didn't work, so I am going to find it, and I will put it in the description below so that you can check that out. But if for some reason you can't find it and it's not watchable, maybe it was archived or put in private or whatever, at least you have my book tag that you can go back to and watch over and over again if you're an uber Neil Gaiman fan. So, and even if you're not, if you're just a mild Neil Gaiman fan, or you don't know who Neil Gaiman is, hopefully this will be of value to you. So I thought it was a super cool tag. Let's get right to it, okay? Question number 1 is ANANSI Boys. Name a book or series about two siblings. Now, ANANSI Boys is a book I have not read yet. It's kind of a side sequel to American Gods, and it follows it follows the ANANSI Boys, who are siblings. So the book or series that I have picked for this, it's actually just a book. The only one that I could think of off the top of my head, and that is the Wish Song of Shannara. It follows two siblings, a boy and a girl, who have a special magical ability with song. So there you go. The Graveyard Book. Name a book or series that is a retelling of another author's work. If you haven't read The Graveyard Book, you seriously need to. It's fantastic. I wasn't aware that it's a retelling of another author's work, but apparently maybe it is. So the book I picked for this is The Ballad of Black Tom. It's a novella, and it is a retelling of The Horror at Red Hook, which was written by H.P. Lovecraft. So The Ballad of Black Tom is written by Victor LaValle. I highly recommend it. It's one of my favorite books. Definitely check it out, guys, if you have not already. Good Omens. Name a book or series that is based on or incorporates something biblical. So I wasn't sure which direction to go with this, depending on if I want to piss some people off or if I want to go the easy route. And I said to myself, well, I think I'm just going to do both. Not that I want to piss people off or anything, but So the first book I picked for this is The Da Vinci Code by Dan Brown. It is book 2 in the Robert Langdon series, and it follows Robert Langdon on his adventures or misadventures to uncover a conspiracy regarding the truth of the biblical narrative. So excellent book, just a fantastic thriller. I highly recommend it. And if I'm going to go the easy route, I would pick The Chronicles of Narnia, because that is just the obvious answer. C.S. Lewis wrote it as an allegory of the Christian belief system and the Christian faith. So that was its sole underlying purpose. So that would be the obvious, easy answer. So there you go. American Gods. Name a book or series that blends myths or fairy tales in an American setting. And I had to go with Paternus by Dirk Ashton on this one. Paternus is a phenomenal book. In many ways, I like it better than American Gods. And I have not read the other two books in the Paternus series, but I plan to get to those this year. That's my goal. I'm really hoping to get to those. But check out Paternus if you have not already. It's just a phenomenal story, and Dirk Ashton is just one hell of a guy. So check it out. I highly recommend it. Coraline. Name a children's book that creeped you out as a child or an adult. Well, I don't really remember any books that creeped me out as a child. As an adult, I've learned that Where the Wild Things Are is rather creepy, but I don't know that it necessarily creeped me out. I like creepy books, so I don't know. I wouldn't say it's creepy. I mean, Coraline was creepy. The book of Neil Gaiman's that is used for this question is very creepy, but I wouldn't say it creeped me out necessarily. So, but yeah. So I don't really have a good answer for that one. Stardust. Name a book or series that blends historical fiction with fantasy. And that would be the Winter Night Trilogy by Catherine Arden. It is centered around several historical events, albeit some of the stuff is changed to fit the storyline, but it blends in Russian mythology and folklore, and a pretty cool magic system to boot. So definitely check that one out. That is my answer for this one. Ocean at the End of the Lane, which is my favorite book of all time, if you didn't know, if I haven't mentioned that umpteen times already. Name a book or series that includes the main character reflecting on their childhood. So I have not read a whole lot of books that really incorporate this. Ocean at the End of the Lane is one of the few that I've read that includes that. But there are numerous times in the Deathgate cycle where Haplo, the main character, reflects back on his childhood, most specifically in The Hand of Chaos, which is book 5. So I'm going to go with that one. I know that's kind of lame and maybe cheating a little bit, but I honestly don't have a good answer other than that. So, yeah. Neverwhere is the last one on this list. Name a book or series that has a magical world that exists or coexists parallel to the real world. So I've got a couple of answers for this, one of which I'm sure Neverwhere was inspired by in some respects, and that is Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. I feel, although I don't have this on good authority, it really seems like Neverwhere was inspired by that in a lot of ways. And the other one is one I'm currently reading, and that's the Dark Tower series. There are many parallel worlds in the Dark Tower series, one of which is kind of the underlying parallel world to all of the others, and that would be the Land of Discordia. So, there you go. The Dark Tower series fits this bill. And that, my friends, has been the Neil Gaiman Booktag. Now, I've got to tag some people. So, I know for certain that Ariel over at Reading and Whatnot is a huge fan of Neil Gaiman. So she definitely needs to do this tag. So Ariel, if you're watching this video and you have not done the tag, I don't think you have, but if you haven't, you need to do this tag. I am going to tag Fina over at Fina Reads. I'm not sure if she's read a lot of Neil Gaiman. I think she has. But yeah, I'm going to tag her. I'm also going to tag Sarah at Sarah Reads. So there you have it. And if you're watching this and you have a BookTube channel and you'd like to do this tag, feel free, let me know in the comments you're going to do it so that I can follow up and check out your video. And I think that is about it for this. Make sure that you guys are reading more books. I will talk to you soon.